Hey guys, welcome to Solid State Gamer Weekly Mailbag. This is the first of a small little video series where I'm just going to go through recent acquisitions that all of us have made for coverage on the Solid State Gamer website. This is the main page, as you can see right here. I've been kind of just messing around, kind of just keeping up to date with our traffic and stuff. We've been pretty consistent, which is great. Keep up the good work. Thank you for reading our stuff. We appreciate it. It's good to know that we're not just falling on deaf ears, because we love doing what we're doing right now, which is covering games. And you know, if all goes well, we'll be able to, you know, break this nice little bottle of champagne and, you know, declare a victory for the website in terms of viewership and stuff. This is actually not something I bought. I'm not that rich enough. I actually just won this at my job. I was lucky. Great. Nice bottle of Prosecco. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is about recent stuff that we've acquired to bring content to our website. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So this is something that actually came in earlier this week. These are Sega Genesis extension cables for controllers. And here, if you want me to just unbox this, we'll get right to it. I intentionally bought these because, actually let's do this without destroying it. I intentionally bought these extension cables specifically for playing zero tolerance multiplayer, and in order to do that with this HD TV right here and my larger screen over across the room in the living area, we need extension cables to go between the system link cable and the player 2 controller ports of each Genesis that I own. So that was kind of the purpose of that. I'm only going to unbox one of these just because if you've seen one, you've seen the other. They're the exact same brand, same make, same model. So as you can see right here, actually it's very nice build quality, and you know, as always, made in China, of course. This is actually from a third-party manufacturer in Hong Kong that makes this stuff. Makes sense. There's been a lot of retro games or just retro hardware stuff being associated with Hong Kong because they manufacture the stuff there. A lot of Famiclone stuff, a lot of Genesis clone stuff. So that's actually not all that surprising. Also not surprising the fact that this took roughly 25 days to make it to my household. So yeah, there's that for whatever that is. Take that for whatever it's worth. And I bought two of these things, so kind of interesting. It's the same company, and yet these two boxes have different hues of purple. I'm not sure if you can quite see it clearly, but this one clearly has almost like a blue-violet shade on it, and this one clearly has a purple shade on it. I don't know why that is, but they're literally the same thing from what I've seen. Anyway, there's that, and obviously I've already described our intent with that. So with that, let's get into why we have started this video series. We've now flung ourselves into the current generation of gaming with the acquisition of a Wii U. So we've actually bought several Wii U titles. I'm still holding off on some, or still waiting for them. They're in transit, so we'll see when they come in. I'm not going to blow it for you guys, but we have appropriately bought some games that represent kind of the software identity of the Wii U. You know, obviously this does not represent the entire software identity of the Wii U, but that's why we're ordering more games and having them come in, so that way we can review them for the Solid State Gamer website. So just stay tuned in to what we're doing. I mean, it's the best way to know, you know, what we're currently doing is to just visit the site more frequently. So I've got a stack of games here. Obviously, I'm going to start with this one. So we have Disney Epic Mickey 2, The Power of 2, which is kind of a redundant subtitle, but whatever. So this game actually came factory sealed. I attempted to do this video before, and the video file got corrupted for some reason, so I have to do this again, so you guys won't get that footage of me unwrapping it, but you know what, it's not really that big of a deal. But I know which ones were factory sealed and which ones weren't. So here we have the game right here, and we also have the manual documentation. Pretty thin on this, and I have to assume that the rest of the documentation is on the game itself in the form of tutorials or maybe a digital style manual. Seems to be the latest thing that the kids are doing nowadays in terms of video game development and publishing. So there's Disney Epic Mickey 2. This game kind of got critically panned, and I'm not really sure why that is. I will find out when I start playing it. But, you know, there's that. Next up, we have Nintendo's NES Remix Pack. Not one, not two, but Pack. So, I actually bought this game as a mistake. Here's the front, and here's the back. I bought this game by mistake. I honestly looked on the eBay auction. It was a buy it now. It was actually on the cheaper side, or at least I thought. I bought this game, and it actually showed the box art of NES Remix 1. And I guess I didn't notice in the title that it said Pack. Pack could mean anything to me. I mean, from the outside looking in, how would I know that Pack was actually a special edition of NES Remix 1 and 2? But that's exactly what it is. This game actually contains all the content from NES Remix 1 and 2 both. Also has a rendition or a reworking of the Nintendo World Championships game, so that's actually pretty interesting. And last but not least, it has a rendition of the original Super Mario Brothers that's kind of been jumbled around and reversed and stars Luigi as the main character as opposed to Mario, which I guess that's cool. We'll find out how that bears any weight in terms of the entire package, and you know how it makes it self-defined when compared to the other NES Remix games. We'll find out. But I've actually since played NES Remix 1 and 2, and from what I've experienced, they're pretty enjoyable. But you know what? Don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I've yet to review the game officially, so we'll just leave that under embargo. So that's NES Remix Pack. Not 1, not 2, but Pack. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I'm a huge fan of this series, and I'm glad that it's finally actually getting some semblance of proper North American releases. I remember when Monster Hunter Freedom 2 came out, I was so stoked for that game, and it wasn't coming out for months, and I actually ran through some pretty intense hoops just to play the demo of Monster Hunter 2. It had to set up a Japanese account and do all sorts of crazy nonsense in order to buy it, or at least download the demo for it for play on my PSP. That and Phantasy Star Portable, but we're not talking about Phantasy Star, we're talking about Monster Hunter. So this is actually something I'm really excited about. Huge fan of this game series. It's a nice little adventure, sort of hack and slash, some loot elements and stuff. It's really exciting to play, in my opinion, and there's just something really grabbing about the game. It's hard for me to articulate, and I'm sure that I'll come up with the right wording for it and articulation of why I find these games so enjoyable, and why, whether or not I might find this game enjoyable, this particular release, remains to be seen, but we'll see when I play it. Again, this game was factory sealed, so I bought it very brand new, good condition. Next game, DuckTales Remastered. Very excited about this. I have played a little bit of it on a friend's machine. I know that I could easily download this for Xbox Live and whatever like that, but I'm a huge fan of owning a physical product, and Nintendo has sold me with a physical release of DuckTales Remastered. So, very interested to see the rest of the game and to play the Moon Mission. This is actually a remake of the original NES Capcom game DuckTales. It's kind of crazy that they haven't re-released the DVDs of the episodes of the show proper, but they've remade the game. I mean, that's really the power of this game, and so it's kind of eye-opening that they just went as far as to re-release the game and not even the television series. So again, the power of the game, it's very nostalgic, and it was one of Capcom's best games they've ever published, I think. So there's the remastered. We'll see how well it holds up. Developed by WayForward Technologies. So they also did Contra 4. So And last but not least, we have Nintendo Land. You know, in terms of our complete games, Nintendo Land. It was the pack-in for the Wii U Deluxe 32GB edition. One thing to say about that, you might have noticed in the unboxing video that I was missing like 3 articles from the Deluxe box set. I noticed that. I still wanted to go through with the unboxing because that was the first time I had opened up the box. So, came as a surprise to me. I missed the beat and completed the unboxing video, of course, you know, professional as possible. And since contacted the seller saying to them that they were missing that the cradle, the dock, the charging dock, and the vertical stand cradle for the console proper. And I've yet to get any feedback or response from the seller, but rest assured I'll have that problem solved. I've since ordered those parts individually as official Wii U products, so we'll be doing unboxings of that. So maybe I'll end up with doubles of each sort of thing. So if I decide to buy another tablet controller, there I go. I got another charge station for it. So we'll see. Anyway, so obviously the pack-in, you know, this right here. You guys might be wondering why I did not open the box to Tales Remastered. That is because there's only a disc in it, no documentation. Kinda sucks. Whatever. I'll live. Maybe I'll find it somewhere. Anyway, that's Nintendo Land. And here's for the biggest bummer of this video. Here I have a copy of Pikmin 3. When I saw this auction on eBay, it was a buy it now, free shipping, great. It was pretty expensive, especially for a loose game. I mean, it's a disc only. You know, you think you're gonna charge such a price. I'm not gonna say how much I spent on it, but I spent more than I ought to have on a loose game. That's just unacceptable. And also, not to mention the fact that it was advertised as a brand new, not a brand new, but like new, complete, which obviously implies that it has the case, the art, the manual documentation, and of course the game itself. The only thing that's true is that the game is in there. In fact, when I saw it, I'm like, well, why stop there? Why don't you just give me an empty jewel case with no art on it? So, you know, just short of that. Of course, the game's really the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing that matters, at least. But kind of peeved me that I kind of got shortchanged on that. So that seller will not be getting such a great feedback response from me. And, you know, that pretty much does it for this edition of the weekly mailbag series. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll be doing a follow-up with this in terms of what I get from my next acquisitions. The 3 accessories that were not in the bundle, I don't know why it did not show up, but, you know, it just leads to more unboxing videos, which is good for you. So, look forward to that, and look forward to more quick looks, and I'm also working on a Proto Watch video. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm very fascinated with bringing you guys some actual video footage of these games that might have been shown at E3 or other trade shows and stuff in some way, shape, or form, but have never been playable. So I really like picking apart games and showing aspects or nuances in the game that are in the prototypes but not in the final product. So I'm going to definitely pursue more installments of the Proto Watch series. It's kind of my love child, my baby. And so is the Quick Look series to a lesser extent, but I also want to talk about canceled ports of games, or just canceled games in general. So stuff like Star Fox 2, Resident Evil 1.5, I really want to look into that stuff. In fact, I think Resident Evil 1.5 is more of a candidate for Proto Watch, and maybe do the Paku-chan ROM hack of Resident Evil 1 for the Game Boy Color. I know, amazing, right? So anyway, that's what I'm kind of looking forward to, and also look forward to another episode of the Solid State ROMcast with yours truly and my co-host, Mr. Off-White. So anyway, that'll do it for this weekly mailbag video, and as always, thank you for watching, keep watching, and stay tuned to the Solid State Gamer. Take it easy, guys.